What are the 10 worst cities right now, Mark, for house prices dropping? Do you have any
Well,
idea where that would be?
I have one, probably Toronto and Kitchener. We'll say two big markets.
This is
There's
all of
more.
Canada, from what I gather.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I'm sure there's some markets in the western areas. I'm sure Vancouver's not having a great. It's expensive markets, right? GTA, we see, that market being impacted. Then we see northern communities such as North Bay. And I don't follow the North Bay real estate market, but my brother follows it more closely, and he was saying that prices are up 4% over last year. Why? Well,
Well,
cheaper.
because
Cheap. It's
it's
cheap.
cheaper and people are leaving here.
People are leaving those other areas going, I work from home, I can sell my home here, put half a mil in the bank, maybe buy some, God, 500,000 up there buys you a freaking castle, as far as I'm concerned. So why not?
I
But
know. That's why, people get stuck in their own little bubble of like their little nucleus of where they live and what's happening right here. But it's like it's a way bigger scale than that, right?
it is. And we're going to go through in this video, we're going to go through some of those cities. We're going to pull up some numbers and different graphs to support some of the, cyclical moments in the market over many years. And, you
Yeah,
know,
I found some really good information and graphs on how this thing, how it's been working and what the historical numbers do on a regular basis. You see it. Um, the other thing I think is I've got a lot of comments from some of our videos, even the video yesterday that, you know, I think the market's great or I'm like pumping out, selling and buying and, you know, um, but one thing, one comment that I made to people that I think they don't realize is that our market is a market in Barrie where when shit is in trouble, people come here.
what do you mean?
People from the GTA and people down even Richmond Hill, Bradford, those areas, when they start getting into money trouble or mortgage trouble, they look to move north.
Well, they're seeking that, and some people getting ahead of the game, going, get sick of the city, get sick of the lifestyle, get sick of the traffic, being a slave to the 401, 400, and they go, hey, you know what? Maybe job situations change. I work from home. I can, be remote anywhere. Yeah, people are making those more lifestyle
Or
changes.
or if I can't afford to buy a house down there and my mortgage is too flippin' high, I'll drive 45 minutes.
Yeah, somehow that's
Like
more.
we've always had an influx when the economy shit of people coming here.
Well, again, it comes down to home affordability. But before we go any further, if anybody wants any more information on Simple Trans real estate market, reach out to Dan and myself. And remember, follow for more information on the channel. My thoughts on the market in general. I'm gonna go off topic a bit. I don't think it's great right now. I think there's the odd price opportunity, but I think it's very low. And there's a lot of inventory. And I'm scared that the inventory is going to resurface in the new year. And at the end of the day, Dan, let's just be honest. Sellers need buyers.
Yeah.
So if the buyers aren't buying at a certain price point, they're not buying.
Well, and let's be real, Mark. Have I ever said the market's good? No, because it's
You're
shit. Has there been opportunities? Yes.
I think there is opportunities in some parts of the market, and some we've seen some deals, but they're small. Like right, again, it's a jungle out there,
It
right?
is.
It's a real jungle out there right now, and I think a lot of people don't know what to do. They're, do we wait? Do we not wait? Do we buy now? But remember, anytime you buy, it's normal to see. Where in any market, whether you're in a financial market or real estate market, the majority of the people follow the herd.
That's the problem.
Like when things are going up, oh, now it's I'm going to miss out. I need to get in. Meanwhile, you should have got in down there and been patient. Like I'm going to pull up my phone here because I follow financial markets and I'm dying to wait for a full
Well,
big.
you know what, Mark, and this is kind of exactly what I'm saying is that everybody following the herd. Listened to this Warren Buffett thing one time, and I mean, he said when everyone's running away, that's when you should be running towards it because
Yeah,
if you follow the herd, then you end up getting in it when everybody else is, and you're screwed again. Like, I don't know. People have to be a little bit more they have to understand how this works over a long period of time and realize that we're in a low spot right now.
Yeah, but that's not, most of them don't. That's the problem. Most of them don't. Right? The markets are dying today on the Nasdaq, the Dow, everything is dying. Everything's down. There's uncertainty in the markets, so sell off, sell off, sell off. I'm not buying this sell off. I'm waiting until there's real blood in the streets. Then I'm not fooled by this. It could bounce tomorrow. I don't care. I'm not going to miss out. But you know, the herd is selling. No one's buying, but tomorrow could be a different day. Anyway, enough about the financials. Let's go through some of the cities that are leading the way in
Okay.
decreases and go through some numbers.
This is where home prices are dropping most in Canada this winter. Okay. What the thing is that interested me about this thing, it says if you're in the market to buy or sell, staying informed about market trends is critical. A newly released Sucasa report examined 21 prominent home markets across the country, indicates a 3% national decline in the 760,600 benchmark price. So Toronto, Vancouver, Ottawa, and Winnipeg have seen price drops since summer. This is partially due to seasonality, with sales activity typically slowing down in the colder months, but is also a result of higher borrowing costs, right?
Well, we know that. There's
Exactly.
costs.
Research shows that the downward trend slipped below prices from the previous year, suggesting a more widespread decrease in home prices. This implies, Mark, okay? This is an article. So people, Diane haters, this implies that the current market conditions favor potential buyers over sellers due to the number of properties available in the market, which gives buyers more room for negotiating.
Okay, so I disagree with that because I'm not seeing that. I
I know
disagree
you,
with
well,
all. I don't disagree. I disagree totally because that's what should be happening, but it's not
well,
happening. Or we would see
because
more.
buyers aren't even trying because they're following the herd.
I don't know. I'm sure there's some phone calls from agent to agent going, "Hey, we're interested in viewing your listing at so and so street. Where's the pricing? What is your?" I get
Okay, but
a
listen, on the flip side, if you're a seller, there's a highly likelihood chance that you won't be able to attain the highest price for your real estate if you intend to sell in the winter. In other words, now is not the best time to sell.
That's the winter time. That's normally we know that. That's
And
normally
that's
is
exactly what we said yesterday. If you're a buyer, there's possibilities. If you're a seller, it's shit.
well, I don't know. I disagree with a lot of that up there in a sense because I don't see. You think why am I seeing then? And there's an abundance of inventory in certain price ranges. Abundance, and we've gone through that, and we're going to go through it in October. And we're going to see the same goddamn results over and over again. We're not going to see a real change in some price range. We're just going to see more inventories climbing. Typically, in a market, more supply, lower prices. We're seeing high, sorry, low supply, higher prices, high supply, lower prices. We're not seeing that in most of the ranges. In some ranges, and then we see some properties get listed and they're turning. We've had this discussion 10 million times, but I don't think sellers are I think sellers are just dug their heels in all year long and saying, if I get my price, I get my price.
Okay, well, Mark, out of the 21 home markets analyzed, these are the top 10 places that are experienced the most significant decrease in home value. This isn't home sales, this is home value. Kitchener-Waterloo is number one at 8.9% decrease. London St. Thomas, 7.8 decrease. Greater Toronto, 7.7, which is probably, we're locked into that. Hamilton, Burlington, 7.7. Cambridge, 6.9. Guelph and District, 6.6. Niagara Region, 4.4. Winnipeg, 4.4. Regina, 4.3. Fraser Valley, 3.6. That's the top 10 that have decreased and the percentage of decrease in value.
Okay.
And 8.9% on a $750,000 house.
Do the math. Punch it
is
in.
$66,000.
Okay.
It's a big decrease.
It is,
So
but
hold on. Ontario, in particular, is leading the market shift. Out of 21 cities analyzed, 7 cities with the most significant decrease in home values are within the GTA and surrounding communities.
Mhm.
In fact, the Toronto Real Estate Board year-end data for 2023 reveals only 65,982 transactions. This is the lowest since 2000, the year 2000, and a 12.1% decrease from 2022. As explained in a recent article published in CBC, this is especially noteworthy since Toronto's population is almost 25% larger than it was in 2000.
Mhm. Mhm.
So we like, okay, and hold on the flip side, what are the most stable? Calgary, St. John's, and St. John.
Cheaper home prices. Some
Calgary home prices have gone up 10.5% since November 2022. And there was a benchmark of 557 in November 2023.
okay. Um, pull up some of the numbers from the graphs that you pulled up and stuff like
Well,
that.
all I'm saying is like the numbers don't lie, and it's saying that prices have gone down.
I'm
Yes.
not saying they haven't, and I don't disagree that they haven't. I still think there's some stability in the market, but I just think the amount of inventory is kind of alarming in a way.
Okay. So we can look at this as well. You ready? Sales since 2005 to 2025 almost, right? This is
Hey,
the
so explain to what they are like. So you're going through there's numbers on some of these too.
no,
So
if I hover over it, 2005, the sales were 4,000, December 2005, 4,172. You go up to the top, May in 2006, we went to
spring market.
9,255. It doubled in 4 or 5 months, doubled.
Normally it would though, because we're in December. So no big surprise.
Right. So these are, but look at this way down here. Now all of a sudden in 2009, we go way, way down. But
In Canada,
then by the time we're mid through, we go way back up. Then we have a blip. We go way down.
which is normal.
January 2010.
These are all normal patterns. Look at them all across the board. Everything's normal about this chart.
This is exactly what I'm trying to say. These dips and valleys has been going on for 20 years. Okay. It goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down. Like this is normal crap. Now, what we saw in 2021 with COVID and all that bullshit, look at this. This was not normal.
Can you no? Can you just click on 2021 and oh, it's only why would they have 2022? Anyway, click on 2021 and see
Well,
what
this is kind of in the middle right here, right? 2022, March 2022, 10,861. In 2021, we're way up here at 15,000. But then by 2023, in January of last year, we're at 3,000. It plummets.
it normally does. We know that. We can see it all in the chart. It does. But where's the transactions from the
These,
peak of 2021? I know those values, and I'm not concerned.
it's right up here, the March
All right,
2021.
sales. And in looking at that March sales, 15,624,000, I'm telling you that number could have doubled if there was inventory. There was
Yeah,
no inventory, right? No one was
yeah,
selling. We were
yeah.
multiple bidding wars, tons and tons of demand. There was a lot more buyers than there were listings.
Yes. And
Prices
if
up.
you look at the trajectory over 20 years, what's going to happen soon, Mark?
It's going to go back down. It's going to go back up in the spring. The chart's
It's
going to be
good. We're going to see a spike to go back up because we're down. We're on a downward thing right here.
but this we're looking at the season. This is also seasonality built into this. Spring, January, spring, January, spring, December, whatever. It goes on and on and on and on and on. Right? We
Well,
know the valleys off by heart. We know them over the years. And we're going to see November. We're going to see December too. No, there's no trend. No one's buying in December. Small amount in January. And then
yeah,
back.
well, this little spike up here was in March.
But spring,
This was again March.
you'll start buying.
But over here, Mark, it's always June and July. It's not March.
Go back and see
There's
March.
no friggin' March.
Find some Marches in there. There's got to be some holes in here. There's April. Go down to March. Go
But the
over to
top point was at May.
okay. But go, there you go. April, March.
March is down here.
Right? But still pretty it's on the rise, right?
It's on the rise.
And then
Okay,
everyone,
so
everybody
now
leaves
we've
it in
seen the
May.
sales. We've seen the sales and how they're going, right? Look at active listings.
Same thing. We didn't don't even go through the chart because it's the same thing.
No, it won't be.
Really? Okay. I can see that it is.
Why can't I do this?
I can see that if this is the active listings, we can see it. Same kind of thing.
No,
Low,
this is
marginal.
sales. Yeah, but we've had more listings right now than we've ever had, ever.
Yeah,
So
but
you're going to see a difference. Why can't I do it?
that's 2024 up there right now.
It won't let me do it.
Oh well, that's okay. It is what it
Well,
is.
no, it's not.
Well, we can explain it. Like the listings are gonna we no different than what the active listings are gonna be. The sales are gonna match it.
Hold on, I'm going to try again. Well, they're not.
No, I think they are.
Well, I think they're not. Because right now our sales are not matching our active listings whatsoever.
They're not, but that
This freaking dog is-
sale will match that the sales do go up in those months. They're not going to match. There's when we see 18 to less than 20% of the market is turning over over month, and it's been that way for over a year. So what are the other 80% of listings? They're not doing nothing. They're just adding more inventory.
Well,
And
that's why the active listing graph's going to be higher.
well, active listing graph's going to be higher, 100%. Sales aren't near matching it. But
Yeah.
if those sales trends will typically follow the listing trends as we build up for certain periods in the market, spring, summer, sorry, spring and fall.
Hold on, I got to go to the same time period, which is right there.
Okay, what year are you on though? 2024?
We're going all the way back for 10 years, the same we just did.
So these are sales. It's good.
This is sales. Here comes active listings.
It's gonna be the same graph, but a little bit different. Same peaks and valleys.
No, Mark, look at that. Look at that.
We can see if I minute with dates, this is probably December, then it shoots up to March and May, June, and then it starts coming down and then it goes back up in the fall. If these are active listings.
Yeah, but look at how high we are now. We've never been this high.
100%,
We have never been this high.
Okay, so keep it there and let's have that discussion on that chart. So the article just talked about, okay, there's more opportunities for buyers today than ever. You have lots of more room for negotiation. It's a goddamn lie. Because
Why?
the list, you would think that we do, but the listings are keep going up and up and up. Why wouldn't we expect to see them come down? Look at them.
Because buyers aren't buying because they don't believe it.
Right. I agree. Buyers aren't buying right now.
Yeah.
Buyers aren't buying because I really believe that the prices are so inflated in some categories.
Well, and let's look at the average sale price, which there's no other way because they don't look at any other way. So we got to look at that. Look at that. We don't have as many peaks and valleys, do we, Mark?
Not in there, no.
And we see a continual upward trend. It goes up, and yeah, it goes down a bit. It goes down another little bit. Then it goes back up. Then it goes back down. But we're still on this big trajectory of upward. And we don't see the giant up and down that we do and the sales numbers.
I agree. And we're not going to.
No.
So prices aren't necessarily dropping because there's a lot more inventory. And I still think there could be in this market. Other markets, no. If we zone in 20, so here's 2022, going right up there. Then 2023, is that 2023, February? Yeah, so
yeah, this is February 2022. And then look at where it was by January 2023.
Yeah. The average sales shot up during the COVID years, 21, 22, and then the market reset. There's a pullback, right? A lot of people right now thinking, oh, there's going to be a gigantic another pullback. I don't think there's going to be a gigantic pullback. I think we've had that already.
I do too.
But I do think that those people that are listed or thinking of listing better not look at this too much for guidance. Let's be honest. When we had the graph telling us pretty consistent, really, it was keep going up and up and up. 2017 was pretty hot, and then some regulations came in, boom, changed things, and then back up at this area. That's when things got crazy.
Well, and you know what people have to understand too, we lived through all of this. So we lived through this being crazy mental, and then within a week it went to there. And I'm not joking. It plummeted.
Dropped for some time. Yes.
And
Yeah.
I mean, houses went down. I remember townhouses were selling for 850, they went to 650. Boom. Like the big plummet's already happened.
I think the big plummet's already happened. Yeah, I do. I really think I agree with that. I just
And
think
and I mean, in the market, in the 10 worst areas, they're nearly all in Ontario.
Ontario's an expensive market. It's very expensive to live in Ontario. So
It
people
is.
are, with the cost of living today, people are freeing up maybe monthly expenses and going, I need to go to a cheaper market today. I
Mhm.
can't afford living in GTA, or I can't afford living in Barrie. I can't afford Whitby, Pickering, whatever. I can't
Well,
afford.
and you know what we're seeing, let's be real. I mean, I think we've been seeing it for like 10 years, is that a lot of our clients are moving north
A lot of house.
because they can't, they're cashing out in Barrie and going north. And we're getting all of the people that are cashing out in the GTA that are coming here. Nearly every purchase, that we're doing is to somebody from Toronto.
Most of the deals are from out of town agents and out of town buyers.
Yeah.
We see it in our market. Any given day, listings on the listing side and the buying side.
Barrie to them is our Aurelia and Midland and Penetang, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's
Or North Bay. Like,
yeah, they're not
to,
moving. GTA people are,
to them, that's what we are.
yeah, we're Booneyville up here, but
Yeah, we are.
it's just I don't know. I keep looking. To me, in my mind, this year is going to be flat numbers for transactions, down a couple points in the price points from 2023, and 2025 is going to me in the spring is going to tell the story. I really think it's going to. And
And let's be like we've always said it, Mark. We don't know any better than anybody else. I mean,
these are just our opinions. You have your opinion, I have mine. The next viewer has theirs, and the whole bit. That's
what
good.
what we have seen affect real estate the most in 2017 and in other years is the government policies. When they changed the stress test, when they changed the amortization rules,
Mhm.
those made the biggest impact on those sales numbers. That's what happened in 2017. And now they're reversing some of those things. Like now, first time buyers can have a 30-year AM on
Mhm.
anything they buy. How
Mhm.
long do you think it's going to be before everybody can have a 30-year AM?
It's
It's going
coming
to
for
happen.
going to come because if the new government coming in, because we know the liberals are leaving soon, has to do something to make housing more accessible to people. And this
Yeah.
government failed dearly at that. They didn't
Mm-hmm.
implemented wrong programs at the wrong time and not thinking of the consumer out there, thinking of that buyer to get into home ownership. Rental supply is getting less and less by the day.
I know.
More people are getting out of that. Rents are forecasted to be 5 to 10% more than this year. I could see it. We've done 10 million videos on landlords and what the causes are. And every one of them's comment is negative, negative. We're out. We're never doing this again. We're out. So supply is shrinking and demand will keep going up. So there has to be some kind of balance. And as the wages aren't going up, and there's another comment we get, wages can't support these real estate values. Yeah, they're right. They can't. They can't. They can't support them. So what has to happen? Do you think a buyer today gives a rat's ass if they have a 40 or 50 or 60-year amortization? They don't give a shit.
They're never paying it off anyway.
Man, who cares? Great. I can get into home ownership today. Sign me up. Let's go.
Well, Mark, and you know what? In a lot of countries, and we're not used to it here, but in a lot of countries, one person can't just buy a home.
It's tough. You got to make a shitload of money
Well,
by
even
yourself
in
today.
England or France or all these places, They have generational homes,
Yeah.
and you don't see single people buying homes. It's too much money. So you see
Never getting
married
home.
people that are both professionals. You see parents going on title and helping their kids. Like that's what happens, and that's what happens here. Like people, you can't have a single person just owning a home on their own anymore. It's too hard.
Oh no, it's extremely hard. What did Pierre Poilievre, I forget, I saw something on TikTok the other day that he's going to do. Builders applaud him. I wish I should have took a picture of it. Let me see if I can find it. I should have. Give me one second.
Surprise. The sitcom Dad has spent. So I grew up in Canada. I was
Hang on,
raised
turn
there,
this
but I.
down. Oh, Jesus. Pierre. Let me see. Pierre. Okay, let me just see. Let me just go to his
That
channel.
graph is really cool from Trub, eh?
Yeah, that's global news. I'll never be able to find that. The builders apply. Can't believe he's going to do. Anyway, I think he's going to change things. I think he's going to change things and make accessibility more to the, make it more favorable for builders and more favorable for homeowners.
Well, yeah, I read an article that housing starts have diminished by huge amounts. Well, and of course, it's because of the interest rates and the carrying costs, like,
Lack of demand. Why go
and
build?
lack of demand.
Why go build? Look at the inventory in the market. Would you want to be a builder competing with all this inventory? You crazy? And how do you set a price? Okay, great. This $1 million townhouse, we're going to say, I don't know, in Bradford or Vaughan or whatever. Well, it's going to be a bit more, but 1.3. It's not going to be built for another 2 or 3 years. I don't know. I know I wouldn't be jumping in on that. It could be good. It could be favorable for the buyer, maybe, but also maybe not. So, and then you're competing with all this inventory. I don't know. I think it's suicide. So we're seeing a lot of builders back off. Cost of borrowings, too expensive. Materials, expensive.
Well, that's what people don't understand when they tell me prices are going to go down again by 50, 40, 50%. Well, listen, a flipping plot of land in Barrie is three or four hundred thousand dollars. By the time you get the permits, it takes 2 friggin' years. By the time you build something, it's costing six or seven hundred thousand dollars to build to put a building on it. By the time you buy the land, so how are you selling that for 400 or 450?
You're not.
It's
You're
not
not.
happening, people.
It's not. I remember when Ford came out and talked about that, right? Yeah, oh, it did nothing.
No,
It didn't speed up times. Nothing at all.
no, because you know what he failed to talk about when he removed all these regulations is the municipalities still have control.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
still have control over the building permits and all the requirements needed. They
Yeah.
still have control over everything.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter.
Doesn't matter. I think we did a good job explaining that. I think
Hopefully
viewers.
people see that, what we're going through is a normal chain of events that happens on a regular basis.
Yeah, but I think the COVID threw the dagger, and I still think there's that dagger's still sitting there with the high sales, and now we got high sales back in the day and high prices, and now we're going high inventory, low sales. Is it going to get corrected? Are we going to start seeing some
Well, it's
again?
not going to stay like this forever because it never does.
No, it's not going to. I'm looking forward to next year and seeing some. Hopefully, we see some better things in the market. I'm optimistic about it, but I think if sellers with the amount of inventory that's sitting on the market any given day and not much are doing, and I'm hearing comments. My buddy Dustin today, he's doing some work at my mom's place, and oh yeah, Zach's neighbor lists his house on the street, and I mean, he says, well, that's what I want this, and if I don't get it, I ain't selling it. We, then take it off the market because you're not getting it.
Mark, there's all kinds of people like that right now.
Like, don't.
Why bother though?
Why bother? The demand isn't there for that. You're not going to, someone could fall in love with it, but boom, you know, they're not going to pay it. So why waste everybody's time? Anyway, enough about that. Okay,
Well, that's one thing I would like to say. If you're not really motivated to sell your house,
don't list it.
then don't list it. Take it off the market and wait. Like, what are you doing?
Wait till the herd comes back. That's when you want to list it then.
That's
Because the
right.
herd isn't rushing into your house. I'm sorry, it's just not happening.
No.
So, and who in the goddamn is pricing these? I can't blame it all on sellers. I gotta blame some on realtors as well. But anyway, okay, see ya. I'm done talking.
See ya.
Yeah.